Round 6 of the MotoGP World Championship in Jerez gave us our 5th race winner of the season, as Fabio Quartararo and Francesco Bagnaia achieved a new level and pulled a 10-second gap to 3rd place. So let's get straight into it and discuss the 5 things we learned from Round 6 in Jerez. Yamaha's blank check. Beginning with some contract rumours, there were some suggestions that Fabio Quartararo had already signed another 2-year deal with Yamaha, and whilst Fabio has said there is no truth to this rumour, he undoubtedly would be feeling pretty good about staying with Yamaha after the past 2 rounds. The Frenchman leads the championship at the moment, and will likely have offers coming in from almost every team on the grid, but it seems that the best offer would likely be coming from Yamaha, as they can't really afford to lose Fabio. The 2021 World Champ is the only competitive Yamaha rider, as Franco Morbidelli is way back in the standings, having achieved only 4 points in the last 2 rounds compared to Fabio's 45. Meanwhile, Darren Binder and Andrea Dovizioso have also been unimpressive throughout the whole season so far, so it's certain that Yamaha will be promising the world to Fabio to get him to stay. Nakagami losing his seat? On a weekend where Nakagami needed to show why he deserves a MotoGP seat, the Japanese rider came up short, finishing 7th, at a track where, if he were to achieve a podium, this was the place where it would happen. In the end, Nakagami finished in 7th, whilst his competition for that LCR Idemitsu seat, Ayagura, achieved his first pole and race win in Moto 2. It means that if Taka wants to fight for that LCR seat and maintain his place on the MotoGP grid, he's going to have to get consistent top 10s and a podium somewhere else this year, because otherwise I will end up taking that seat for 2023. Fernandez moved too soon? The runner-up for the 2021 Moto2 World Championship has had a bad start to his MotoGP career, with no points managed in the first 4 rounds. This all comes whilst his teammate has managed to score 3. He has also now missed 2 rounds due to injury. It begs the question if the young Spanish star, Raul Fernandez, was moved too fast from Moto2 up to MotoGP and should have been given another year to prepare for the MotoGP class. He would have also been able to take this opportunity to fight for the Moto2 title again this year, and it would have been good to see him compete and actually win the title because he did so well in 2021. It's a difficult start to the season. I hope that Raul can get better, but at the moment it's not looking great for him. Aprilia lose concessions. In the What We Learned video from last week at Portimao, I mentioned that the Aprilia factory were only 1 concession point away from losing their concessions for 2023, and it's official. The Noale factory has lost its concessions for the 2023 season as Aleix Espargaro achieved his 2nd podium in a row. This means that Aprilia will no longer have unlimited testing days for the rest of the season. It will also mean that next year Aprilia will have the regulation 7 engines per rider compared to the current 9. The weekend will probably be one to remember for the Italian brand, but perhaps not Aleix's teammate, as despite a relatively solid qualifying, Maverick plummeted down the field at the start of the race and had to make his way back up to finish in an unimpressive 14th position. Bagnaia is back. The Italian Pecco Bagnaia battered the field in qualifying as he destroyed Maverick Vinales' lap record of a 1:36.584 by 0.4 of a second, putting him on a comfortable pole position. This great pace led into the race as Bagnaia and Quartararo stormed away from the field, pulling an unheard of in MotoGP 10-second gap to the rest of the field. Bagnaia was calm under pressure as the world champion and favourite for the win before the start of the race weekend, Fabio Quartararo, tried to catch up to him, but he kept the Frenchman at arm's length the whole race in an impressive display. This was all despite a shoulder injury, proving that Bagnaia is back. It is a performance similar to the ones we saw at the end of last year and means that Pecco can finally start to compete for wins after a difficult start to the 2022 season. Pecco has been saying that he is finally comfortable with the 2022 bike, and with a few good performances, he becomes a real threat for the world title. Rider of the Weekend. My Rider of the Weekend goes to Pecco Bagnaia. It was an incredible race from the Italian. It was closely contended between himself and Fabio Quartararo because they pulled that incredible 10-second gap, but because Pecco won, I have to give it to him. So well done, Rider of the Weekend, Pecco Bagnaia. Struggle of the Weekend. In complete inverse fashion to last week, my struggle of the weekend goes to Alex Rins. It was a difficult weekend for the Suzuki rider. He once again didn't make it into Q2 and just didn't make any progress from there. He ended up finishing in a lowly 19th with no points, which is really not what Rins needed if he wants to stay in this title fight. Hopefully he can do better for the next round, and we'll see how it goes for him. Alright, that was 5 things we learnt from MotoGP Round 6 in Jerez. I hope you enjoyed. If I missed any, put them down in the comment section below. I like seeing some feedback and all of that and what you guys learned. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, like, all of that stuff. It's always appreciated. Not a lot else to say. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to go to my community page and vote on your race rating. Thanks again for watching. Goodbye.